can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
Speaking of secrets, I do want to tell you why Victor Rookwood's after me. He's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock's after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig's asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps explain a bit about what we saw back at Horntail Hall. Of course, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. Even the centaurs won't know.
We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure it'll all be fun.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harap.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No! Never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran?
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Here's one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned. Revelio.
They come after me, they'll rest in 10 graves. Nothing to poach in Arrowshire except spiders. Not worth the trouble, if you ask me.
Accio. Everything's all right now.
Off to the tavern after this. I heard. I'll check your spot yourself the other day. Yeah!
Expelliarmus! Bombarda! Potato!
Admiral Drake!
Confringo!
You'll have to fight! Twasn't nothing. Nothing! Nuisance! That's all you are!
Potato! Stupefy!
Now.
Revelio. Revelio.
have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way, but that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me.
Revelio.
You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Lumos. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Aloha Mora. Revelio. What do we have here? A demiguise. Fine now, demiguise. Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Revelio.
Don't you see the romance of it all? You and I, we have
Hello,
the stuff
Hamura.
of poems. How lovely the muse of a poet's life.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
I had said I would.
You should ask her.
Shan't hold my breath.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
My hand in dance.
Oh,
I did it! I am! Forgetting. Goodness. Might I borrow my body, perchance? Milady? Care to dance?
Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
No, it's not. We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Also, what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So, I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, it was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where.
Is it really that important that the bells go back up?
Is it really that important? They're part of the school's history. Those bells likely told a young Merlin that he was running late to Charms, or called Ignatia Wildsmith to dinner. We can't simply fiddle with history. We're meant to be its stewards.
It's certainly an odd decree, even for Black, taking down the bells for a headache.
I agree. I thought it might also have been that they interrupted his hourly naps. That's all he does in his office, you know. But then I heard... Can you keep a secret?
I can.
I heard from Alice, who heard from Ollie, who heard from Eugenia, that it's because the bells reminded him of his wedding day. Breaks out in a sweat every hour on the hour, but mum's the word.
If only 2 bells are left, isn't it fairly easy to tell which goes where?
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to be tone deaf. Mother likes to say I couldn't carry a tune if it hopped on my back like a chocolate frog. No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before, for the sake of historical accuracy.
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music room. You're certainly of more help than Adelaide.
imagine the bells are just inside in the bell tower.
Certainly sound like you have an opinion on this. Revelio.
Hello, Hamura.
Revelio. Levioso.
Hello, Hamura.
Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Revelio.
I remind
Ah, bells must be upstairs.
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Found them. I'll have to get those up there somehow. Wingardium Leviosa, perhaps.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
One up, one to go.
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Well, that wasn't too hard. Evangeline should be pleased about this, even if Black isn't.
Revelio. Revelio. Alohomora. The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Ah, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait for the headmaster to hear them. I wish I could see his face. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. You don't know how much this means for me and
Hello, Homora. Revelio. Revelio.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Pulsar. Revelio.
I can think.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
Professor Shah, I'm interested in learning more about astronomy.
It is increasingly rare to find a student who seeks after things celestial, of their own accord. But if you truly desire to chart the courses of the cosmos, you must rid your mind of the terrestrial babble of others. We ourselves are not unlike blank star charts, you know. Empty canvases waiting to be inscribed with all that the universe has to offer. Do you understand?
Am I right in thinking you are unimpressed by divination?
Of the many other so-called disciplines taught here, divination is perhaps the most feeble, especially in its nonsensical practice of astrology. Do not confuse astronomy and astrology. One is concerned with mysteries stellar and lunar, the other is mere lunacy.
You mentioned astronomy tables earlier, in class. What were you talking about?
Long ago, devotees of the astral arts set up stone slabs across the countryside. They are ideal for studying constellations near and far. For centuries, wizards made use of these astronomy tables for stargazing. Sadly, they have since become mere monuments to the intrepid intellectual pursuits of a bygone epoch.
Thank you, Professor. I look forward to stargazing.
I am glad to hear it. Should be a stellar night for it.
Yo, did it expand? What is ultra kill? Zul, Zul.
How nice to see.
Aku tengah live tau. Saja lah cakap lah, kok lah terbuka TikTok ke apa ke kan.
Okay.
Terbuka TikTok tak apa, terbuka lagu ke. Tu lah. Aku saja main ni diam-diam tiba ada ni. Apa, Didik Span komen. Play Ultra Kill. What is Ultra Kill? I don't know. Is it the mod of the game? Aku rasa macam mod tu. Aku tak tahu, aku buat easy je. It's a game. Demo is free. Well, I don't know if I can do it.
Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
Maybe later. But not now. Ada Ultra Kill dekat PS4. Dekat Play Store. I'm not sure Ultra Kill release in PS4. So I don't know. Main di putih bodoh. You have a Discord server? Yes, actually I have. Lagi macam bagi sini. I have a Discord server. Apa Zul tak dengar? Asal Zul kau macam kuat sangat ni? Sekejap aku slow. Tak dengar, kau macam bergema suara kau.
Masuk ke dalam
Dia merah ya.
Masuk pada
burung apa tu man? Burung puyuh.
Mana India kemudian tahu tak? Dia punya peti tu kat atas tu bang tak kalah. Dia nak kek. Dia headshot saja dia 10k.
Anjay.
Kau tahu dia punya master like
Master?
wah. Dah master.
Apa lu tak master?
Ibu ni dekat pondok padu dekat pondok kamu masih mungkin macam ni.
Tak ni Zul, asal suara kau macam robot ni, macam tak. Kau change controller.
Hello?
Hello?
Sama lagi?
Kau okey sikit lah. Dia entah macam kau cakap nak kata sangkut tu, ya jugalah. Suara robot tu pun ya juga.
Cara earphone apa yang rosak Kena belah kiri. Nak tak kenal
Hidup kena santai. Aku dah ada order earphone baru lah. Tunggu masa nak sampai. Okay guys, I guess that's all for today. I already live for 1 hour. Yeah, I missed to play this game for a long time, but you know, I need some rest. And yeah, I want to play Apex Legends with my friend. So yeah, I guess I see you guys tomorrow. Maybe I not promise about it. See you guys in the next live. Ciao. God damn.